So it's not necessarily just be with Christians. It's be with good people. And you get to choose. So choose wisely. The next thing she chose was her circumstances. And this is a kind of tough situation for Ruth because she chose to leave her country behind. To go to Israel, which were, in a very real way, enemies of Moab. But she knew about Israel because, like everybody around Israel, they knew what God had done in Israel. They knew that God had brought them out of Egypt. They knew that they had brought them through the Red Sea. They knew that they had brought them across the wilderness. They knew that they had brought them victoriously into the land over and over and over again. And that God was with Israel. And so she chose to get in a good situation. You have the opportunity to choose your situations. Choose wisely. And then she chose the Lord. Naomi, in giving her options to her and her sister-in-law, said, go home to your gods. You'll notice gods. Because they had lots of gods. But Ruth decided to go with Naomi's God. Now, why would she do that? Why would she choose the Lord? I like this passage because she knew what she was getting into. You see, we have a tendency to say to choose the Lord is a leap of faith. Kind of a jump in the dark. I don't know why it does this, but it always reminds me of this one father who was out in an orchard with his young son. And his young son was climbing the tree, and his father says, jump down and I'll catch you. So the kid jumps down, his father steps out of the way. And he says, that'll teach you not to trust anybody. Well, I'll tell you what he learned about his father. But let me tell you what Ruth learned about the Lord. She knew about her gods. She knew about all the times that her gods had failed her and her people. But from Naomi and her family, she learned about God's faithfulness and God's care for her, even in tough times. And when she had to make the choice that each of us must make, we must choose our God. You see, you have a choice. And there's lots of gods in our world. You can choose to trust money. Money has never done very well for me. You can trust the people around you and be disappointed. You can trust the government. Not particularly trustworthy. Or you can trust the one who said, I will never leave you or forsake you. I am able to handle whatever comes. Come to me whenever you have a burden, I will carry the burden. And Ruth, in what she knew about her gods and what she knew about the Lord, she made what seems like a major step, a major decision, to leave her gods behind and to trust the Lord. These choices, this living intentionally, changed her life. Changed Naomi's life and changed the world. when you look at Jesus' genealogy, I'm not sure whether it's the one in Luke or the one in Matthew, but one of those ones there where it says Jesus was descended from, and he goes on back through, you'll find Ruth's name there. Because of the choices that Ruth made. Because she decided not to be swept along by life, but to live intentionally. And I encourage you to do the same. To listen to the things that you know, as Ruth did. To choose good people. To choose good circumstances. And to choose the Lord. Let's pray together. Father, I thank you for the choices you give us. I thank you that our lives are not just swept along with the flood, but we can choose to live intentionally. Help us to choose good people. Help us to choose circumstances and situations that will help us and encourage us and support us. And as you reach out to us, help us to choose you. Thank you for coming to us. I pray for anyone here this morning that's in a decision time and need your grace and help. Speak to their hearts through this time and help them to hear your call. And find your help with their decisions. To begin to live intentionally and find your blessing as Ruth did. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen.